Hey everybody, it's Shamika. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. I appreciate your support. So let's talk ERC loans. So I waited to do a video on ERC loans, and I'll tell you what they are. I'm gonna call them loans because that's how I've seen a lot of them advertised, but that's not exactly what it is, okay? But I waited to do a video on these because I was waiting for the IRS to talk about it and to see what's going to happen when some people take the credit and they didn't need to. So we're gonna talk about that right now. All right, so ERC, what is it? ERC stands for Employee Retention Credit. Now, I don't know if there's something that's going on around on Facebook, because in the last 2 weeks, a lot of you guys who are friends with me on Facebook, you've been sending me, is this true? Is this real? Is this a scam? So a lot of you are obviously getting hit up by either individuals or lending companies or banks, and or you are seeing it being advertised. I know I'm on Twitter, and if you guys are not going Shamikasaves on Twitter, I don't post on there. I just be nosy, okay? So if you want to see what I be replying to, go on there, all right? So, so you got the ERC, and you have these companies that are just flooding your inbox with these emails telling you that you qualify. First of all, let me say the majority of you do not. ERC credit is something that the IRS is giving to employers who, during COVID, which is starting March 2020, during COVID, you laid off your employees and you still paid them while they were laid off. Okay, so basically, because you were making sure that your employees were, still had income for a certain amount of time, IRS is now allowing you to take a credit, and this is a refundable credit. And if you watch any of my videos, you guys know I talk about refundable and non-refundable credits. So the ERC is a refundable credit, where after you put in some information and the hours and all of this stuff about what you paid your employees, your 941 forms and all of that, you then can generate up to, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say like 10 grand per employee. I've seen some say 5, I've seen some say 27,000. I've actually just seen people actually get these checks back, okay? Now I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people were getting $30,000 drops, okay? They were getting these checks because they ran the scam on the system, and they were, y'all know, okay? I all got to say what it is. So if you're gonna ask me how do you do it, first let me let you guys know that you cannot go to your average tax preparer. Only certain individuals that have the access to the software can do it, okay? So you can't just go into any old H&R Block or any of your corner store tax preparers and ask them to do it. Now, I know some people are going to say that they can. Now, a lot of you are not even going to a tax preparer. You are just going to these companies online, okay? What they are doing is, especially if you put down that you had employees during the PPP time, they're basically just going to take that information, submit what you should have submitted to get your PPP loan in the first place, and they're going to get you money. Basically what they're doing is lining their own pockets. Same thing for the individual that is going to prepare your to do your taxes for this credit at a regular tax preparer shop. Not any old tax preparer, okay? So the person that actually has access to do it. Remember, they are lining their pockets. So the fee that I've seen is about the same that people did with the PPP. It's $5,000. Sometimes they can get more depending on how much you get, right? So it seems clean, it seems good, right? Because the IRS is approving it. And a lot of you guys think that because the IRS received it and accepted it, it was processed and you got paid, that means it must be legit. Well, that doesn't mean that, because the IRS doesn't always catch fraud at the beginning. They catch it later on. Okay, so while you already paid this person, they done got their fee, you got your money, you went and did whatever you're supposed to do, but I know you didn't, but you got this money. The problem is now is the IRS is now coming back and saying, hey, you were not supposed to get that money, and we need you to pay us back not only the money that we paid the person you paid, but your money too. So, and we're gonna tax on penalties and taxes and late fees and all of that, because 9 times out of 10, they're not gonna catch you in the beginning. It is catching up later. And I'm actually gonna read, because I actually printed this out, because they actually had to do a whole post or a blog on the top of their 12 dirty dozen scams is the ERC, okay? And I'm going to, because I like to be clear, so y'all know, I want to tell y'all exactly what the IRS is saying that this, that what is going on, first of all. So it is saying that people are promoting to con ineligible people to claim the credit, okay? It's saying they are, hold on, let me keep going. It says the promotions can be based on inaccurate information related to eligibility for and computation of the credit. Remember, these people are trying to get you the most money possible because they're trying to line their pockets first, because they know that once you get caught up, they have nothing to do with it, okay? The IRS, even if the IRS does go after the companies, when they go after businesses, they don't go after businesses the same way they go after people. They'll fine a business, they'll give them some type of injunction, but they'll allow them to continue to do business. They putting you in jail, okay? So it's completely different on how they handle you. Let me see what else it's saying. It was also saying that there is aggressive marketing of these credit is deeply troubling and a major concern for the IRS. So they already know that you guys are falling for the foo-foo, all right? But it is saying beware of the ERC promotions. It says while many eligible employers claimed and have already received the ERC, some third parties continue to advertise their services targeting taxpayers who may not be eligible for the ERC. Okay, because a lot of y'all not even looking up what the ERC is. Y'all coming right to me. Thank you for doing that. But the first thing I let them know is, yeah, I'm sure you did not file taxes as a business and you didn't have any employees. And if you did and they were 1099, you still are not eligible, because 1099 employees, and I'm saying that because that's what you guys say, they're not employees, they're independent contractors. So you can't even count them and still qualify. But these people are lying to you and telling you that you are. That's the problem, okay? Hold on. See, and here goes. It says, tax professionals have reported receiving undue pressure from clients to participate and claim the ERC, even when the tax professional believes the client is not entitled to it. So a lot of y'all are being told that you can get it and you cannot. So don't come to me with that, because I'm absolutely going to tell you no, because I already know what they are going to do. Okay. So it says to be eligible, employees must have sustained full or partial suspension of operations due to an authority for a governmental authority, and that can be your local, state, federal, however. It says limiting commerce, meaning it infringed upon you being able to operate your business, travel or group meetings because of COVID-19 during 2020 or the first 3 quarters of 2021, okay? So, yeah, because by that time, by September 2021, it was already dissipating, okay? The pandemic was going away, all right? So you basically had a year and a little over a year and a half, all right? It says you also must have experienced a significant decline in gross receipts from 2020 or a decline in gross receipts during the first 3 quarters of 2021, or qualified as a recovery startup business for the 3rd or 4th quarters of 2021, okay? And some definitely recovery startup business, you guys probably not fall into that category at all, okay? And the reason why is because the majority of you wouldn't even have done it, because you're not going to get any money from the SBA at that time, okay? Or probably even the PPP at that time. So anywho, so if you do not have employees, and I'm sorry if you guys can hear that noise, if you don't have employees, that's the main thing, all right? If you were not, your business was not infringed upon due to COVID, if you were not still paying your employees while your operations had ceased, then you don't qualify for the credit, okay? So I'm sorry. I know a lot of y'all wanted to be able to go out and claim it. You can. Just if you get caught, just be ready to, well, Figure out a way you're going to pay that money back before you can get caught. That's all I'm going to say, okay? But I hope you guys learned something new. And let me know if somebody told you can get it and how much they told you can get. And what was their cut? Was it about $5,000? I'm sure it was. And if you're on Twitter, I hope you're following me. Are you noticing, like I'm noticing, that every other ad is advertising ERC? And here's my last question. If the government knows that people are advertising this and are making people feel that they are eligible for this loan, knowing that people don't know tax laws and codes, and the government is telling us about it, why do you think they're allowing them to do it? I'm smelling that violin. Y'all smelling that violin? Because it's something behind it, especially when they did a whole email alert, but nobody's putting an injunction and stopping these people from doing it. So you tell me what's going on, okay? We'll talk about that later. See y'all soon. Bye.